Hey, it's Ms.Moni Hart with another video. And right now, I'm about to wash clothes and we have to talk. So get ready, get your little self together, sit down, chill, relax. Cause as soon as I drop these clothes in this daggone washer, oh my goodness. Let me ask you something. Have y'all heard about Gregg? Okay, Miss Gregg is from Mississippi. And Miss Gregg was 14 years old when she decided to unalive her mom and she attempted to unalive her stepdad. So, let me tell you this story. When I tell you this story about this 14-year-old little girl and the fact that she had so much help from her mom, and it wasn't like, okay, so her mom was a teacher in a high school in Mississippi. And her daughter, which is Carly, was a great student in the same high school. Okay. She had her little friends and she got in her little trouble and whatever. She was going through depression and anxiety. She was cutting, and her mother decided to take her to find out, to get help. So what did she do? She took her to the doctor. So when she took her to the doctor, she told the doctor, she's cutting, she's going through all these emotions, everything. They prescribed her medication, 25 milligrams of Zoloft. Okay. Then she said when they went back, but it was a Zoom. When they went back, she said that she was feeling like a zombie. It wasn't good for her. So the doctor, she changed the prescription, lowered the dosage, and she said you have to take it this way so that you can get off of this medication and I'm going to put you on something else, which was 5 milligrams. So she's thinking she's doing everything that she's supposed to do. The whole time, she's messaging her friends, and she was smoking marijuana vape pens or something. So not only that, she was also taking prescription drugs, and she also had a hidden iPod that she was talking to a boy that she wasn't supposed to be talking to. Mind you, she's 14 years old, so I really understand that. I have a 14-year-old now. You're in school. You should be worried about school. You're too young to be worried about boyfriends and girlfriends and all that. You need to be worried about what you're supposed to be worried about. School, getting your education. So her mom, put a foot down. You're not dealing with this little boy. You need to be doing what you're supposed to do. So she had her taking her medication. Yeah, we're sitting down now. So she had her taking her medication and everything. So one day she's in school. I told you her mom works in the school. She get into an altercation with one of her friends. When she gets into the altercation with one of her friend takes it upon himself and go tells her mom. She has a burner phone. She smoked vape marijuana pens, and she still talks to the boy that you said she's not supposed to talk to. Mom, when they go home, mom and her and Carly, they go home. When they get home, she has a camera in her kitchen. They come in, she put her bags down. It's no talking, but you could tell that the mother was a little angry, but it was no talking at all. Mom immediately leaves out the kitchen after she dropped her bags and go to the right. When she goes to the right, what that is Carly's bedroom. Mama went in there and started searching. Mommy going through everything, but it's not throwing nothing. You don't hear any glass breaking. It's quiet. And she's looking through. You see Carly. She comes. She opens the back door, let the two dogs in, two golden retrievers. One was a gold color, one was a white color. Okay. They come in. She looked. Carly walks over to and goes to walk through the kitchen and goes to the right. She sees her mom in her room or whatever. Then she takes the dogs and go outside with the dogs. So I guess she was going to take the dogs for a walk. They just get home. That's something you have to do if you're a pet owner. So she takes the two dogs out for a walk or whatever. Mom is still in the room. Then you see mom walk past. No, she comes into the kitchen. She has her cell phone. She's texting on her cell phone. She sits her cell phone on the counter in the kitchen and goes back into Carly's room. She goes back into Carly's room. Then a little while later, you see her walk out and she goes down past the living room, which she was going to her bedroom. And whatever she had in her hand, she took to her room. She walked back into Carly's room empty-handed, and she was searching, still searching. Then she comes out of Carly's room, comes in the kitchen, and looks out the back door. I guess it was taking Carly too long to come back from walking the dogs. So she looks out, she doesn't see, she goes back into Carly's bedroom, finishing looking. A few minutes later, she comes out with more stuff, with a handful of stuff, and she walks back to her room. So then she puts that stuff down. She goes back to Carly's room with nothing in her hands. Carly comes through the back door the two dogs come in, then Carly comes in through the back door. Carly looks in her room. She comes through the kitchen. She goes to her right. She looks in her room. She came back out, walked in the kitchen. Then she walked out of the kitchen and went to her left, going towards her mom's room. You see Carly coming back from her mom's room, and she's hiding something behind her back. So as she's hiding something behind her back, she peeks around into the kitchen to look to see if her mom left out of Carly's bedroom and went in the kitchen. So she peeks in the kitchen. She doesn't see anybody in the kitchen, but she still has something hidden behind her back. She walks on and she goes in her room. A few seconds later, you hear boom. A few seconds, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. 3 in the face and the head. 3 with a .357 revolver. Okay. Then Carly comes out of her room. She goes into the kitchen, but she's still hiding something behind her back. She sets it down on the stool. Then she sits on the stool and picks up her mom's cell phone. She's texting. What she texts her stepfather and said, "Hey, honey, when are you coming home?" He said, "I'll be home in a little while. It's a few more minutes here, and then I'll be home." Carly sets the phone down. Well, put thumbs up. She thumbs him up, put the phone down. Then she goes into her room. This is when she's cleaning. doing whatever. The dogs try to walk in. Well, the white dog, he kept running away. The white dog was like, oh, no, no, no. When the first, it's not funny, but when the first gunshot went off, that dog took off. He got away from her. He like, oh, no, no, not me. But then the dogs try to go into the room. So you could hear her tell the dogs, get out, get out, get out. I missed one part. When she was sitting texting her stepdad, she was in there singing. She was singing after she just did that to her mom, 3 in her mother's face. She was in there singing. Okay, let's go. Miss Thing gets on her cell phone and get texting and calling her friends, telling them what she done did to her mom. And one of her friends, my complexion, with a little bush, goes to Miss Carly's house. Knock, knock, knock. Carly opens the door. Carly say, are you squeamish when you see bodies, unalive bodies? And they go inside and go into Carly's room so that they could see her mom's unalive body on the floor with a red towel over her face. So, in the process of them talking, she said, I put 3 in her, and I'm going to put 3 in my stepfather when he get here. They hear the stepfather come. She tells her friend, go outside in the yard and let me handle this. And then I'll be out there. When the stepfather comes through the garage, he comes through the door. When he opens the door, she has the weapon right in his face. She shoots, but he's fighting her, so he got grazed. Right, he thought he was hit in his neck, but he was grazed like in the shoulder area, neck area. So he fought with her, so that one went right there, and it went past and went in the wall. Another one went in the door, and another one went in the wall, in another part of the wall. So she takes off and runs out the door. And then her friend runs with her. Okay. So then stepdad, he calls 911. When he calls, he's telling them everything. He was like, my stepdaughter, but he wasn't understanding. The dispatcher wasn't understanding. He wasn't really understanding. He couldn't understand, wasn't comprehending what was going on, but he knew his stepdaughter just tried to unalive him. She done ran off, but he doesn't know. And then he's trying to explain. He's saying, it's in my neck, or whatever. Next thing you know, this man just screamed out, oh my God, she unalived her mother. She unalived her mother. And he just cried and cried and cried and cried. Oh my goodness. That 911 call was just, oh my goodness. It was so freaking sad. But, okay. The police, paramedics, everybody come. And that's when they get to looking. They're looking for the cameras, everything. They're trying to get investigating everything. Come to find out, the camera was placed in the refrigerator behind some water bottles. So she was charged with first degree, attempted, and destroying evidence. So, okay. They gave her, the prosecutors, they gave her a plea for her to, do you want to take this plea? She turned it down and said that she was crazy. So she was mentally incapacitated when this happened, so she should be going to a hospital, because I told you she was smart And she thought that she was smarter than these doctors, and it went all over the place. So, okay, the trial was, I believe it was 5 days. On the fifth day, they did the closing arguments, and then they gave it to the jury. The jury was back in, like, I don't know. I think they just went to use the restroom and came right back. They found her guilty on all charges. Not only did they find her guilty on all charges, they also had to go back to do the sentencing. So when they came back, they went to the back and they came right. It was no time. It was no time. They were right back in the courtroom within minutes. And they were right back. Well, I'm saying it was minutes because I'm watching it and I'm fast forward. But it's all in the same day. And they came right back and said life without the possibility of parole for all her charges. But this girl, she felt like she needed to unalive her mother because of marijuana pens, vapes, and talking to a boy on a burner phone. Then it was an issue about her mom taking her to different doctors to find out what was wrong with her child. And it's like her mother tried her best to help her child. And she got the short end of the stick. And it was really, really sad. But if you ever get a chance, check out the case of Carly, Mississippi versus Carly Gregg. That girl, that girl, that girl. And then when it came down to her journals, she was writing in her journals. I'm just all over the place. All over the place. First, she would say that she was hearing voices. Then she was like, that's a joke. She texts to her friends and say she hear voice. She texts one of her friends and was like she was hearing voices. And then was like, I'm playing around. It was all a joke. And that's what made it where it was like first degree, because she was setting it up. She was getting her story together to make it seem like that she was crazy so that she could do this and get away with doing this. The stepfather, he was in there. He was sitting with her grandparents, which was her mother's parents, and they were all backing her. It was a few people that were over there that was behind her. And she kept looking over and talking to them and smiling, messing with her hair in the courtroom. Like, you could tell it was no remorse at all. Now, when the first time they played the 911 call and the video, she just screamed, cried, and cried, and cried, and cried, and cried, cried, and cried, and cried, and cried, and cried. The last time when the prosecutor was doing her closing arguments and she played it, Miss Thing did this. Covered her ears and put her head down. So what was the remorse? Like, it was so crazy. It was so crazy all over the place. But Carly Gregg, she needs to be in prison because her butt, she can never get out. Her little tail, like some of those, I thought she was going to run up in the school. I didn't think she was going to do her mother from the journals and stuff. I thought she was going to do the school. But she did her home, and she was on a mission. And it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. Oh my goodness. This story was really, really crazy, and it was really sad. And I am sorry that her mom life ended like that. But like, subscribe, share, and comment. Please let me know what you think. Did you see this trial? Do you know anything about this trial? Let me know in the comments. It's Ms.Moni Hart. And it's early in the morning in Maryland and it's pouring down, raining outside. And you see the jumbos. The hair is looking good. The hair is healthy and shiny and clean, clean, clean. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. Go watch some of my other videos. But like, subscribe, share, and comment. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Bring a friend, bring a family member. Bring a friend, bring a family member. It's Ms.Moni Hart. Sending love and hugs.